you can see, we are out here enjoying our side yard with our family, starting off Memorial Day the right way. Kevin made his delicious barbecue a little bit earlier in the show, his barbecue ribs, but you cannot have a barbecue without baked beans, right?
Right.
I agree, without baked beans. Now, I always thought baked beans were just one thing. It was the brown sugar, the tomatoes, and the beans. However, our very creative family have come up with their own recipes for baked beans, their own familial recipes, I guess. Maria's doing an Italian one, Shirley is doing a Honduran one, and Mark is doing an Iowan one.
I'm doing the right one is what I'm doing. Tell me a little bit about my competition.
Okay, well, so Italians,
Yeah.
we like doing an Italian sausage. We do a tomato sauce base and cannellini beans, some fresh oregano, some Parmesan, some fresh herbs.
And we all have them here in front of us.
Yeah, they're in front of you guys. Please enjoy. And I don't know if I mentioned oregano, but Italians have to have oregano, and I feel like almost anything. So, yes, we're very fancy.
Shirley.
Okay, I want to take you over to the Caribbean influence. It's a Caribbean influence, so we have black beans. We have a ham hock to flavor it, a little of the cilantro, coconut milk, people, and something that replaces potato for Hondurans is yuca or cassava root. And I encourage you to try it.
Yeah.
It's delicious. Both of these are really great.
They are. It's a lot of fancy talk. Now let me tell you what's really going to happen
You
here.
guys come join us, and Mark will make his Iowan beans.
This is an American classic. I was a kid. I grew up eating, baked beans from a can. So I was
they're delicious, by the way.
But it wasn't until they are. But it wasn't until I was matured, shall I say, and I wanted to make my own recipe. So this is obviously, as Debbie said, the Mark recipe. So real simple, this is how you start out. This is my homemade version. Begin by sauteing some yellow onion in a stock pan, and some people can use oil, but Debbie, what do you think I use rather than using oil?
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say bacon.
Bacon fat, absolutely. Let it render in there. It'll cook 5 to 7 minutes, and it'll become really translucent at that point. Then we're going to dump in a little chili powder, so that'll go in. This is about 2 or 3 minutes. This is going to really let the flavors come to the surface, and you want to do that. Then we're going to add some, this is a tomato paste, if you will.
Mark, they're very good, by the way.
Are they?
It's really delicious.
Okay,
well, Marky, this just tastes like
the tomato puree that is there. And then we have some dark mustard that is going in as well.
Are you going to make these for your mom?
Maybe, we'll see. It's hard cooking for your mom, because she's cooked for you your whole life. So now I'm going to amp up the flavor. We'll let this cook down a little bit here. We're going to bring in the, this is the tomato that we're adding in, sauce that we're adding in. And then we're adding some brown sugar.
Nice.
Okay. That goes in because that's a little sweet. Also then the molasses. Now look at this. Just,
look at that.
Right?
I
mean, come on.
Oh my goodness.
Here's where I do need help, though. I need some explanation on this because I see molasses on the shelf, but then there's a thing called blackstrap molasses.
There is a blackstrap.
What is that? What is it? I never.
Blackstrap molasses is concentrated molasses, and you usually don't use blackstrap molasses unless the recipe actually calls for it, because when the sugarcane juice is boiled down and the sugar is extracted out, it becomes crystals, and then you're left with this really thick molasses. Well, if you continue to boil that, it becomes bitter and salty. And it's really mineral rich. So it's you don't want to use it in your baked beans. I'm just going to tell you that. It's very few recipes will say they want blackstrap molasses. In the South, they use it for hog feed.
They do.
Yeah, and they use it for fertilizer because it's so minerally rich.
It's good for the garden.
So probably regular molasses.
The regular molasses is the way to go, like I was saying. So I've added my beans in already. You can use canned beans if you want, navy beans, or you can cook your own. If you cook your own, here's what we're going to look for. We have it mixed up here, and if you look at the bottom, it's already settled a little bit, so I'm going to stir this up a little bit. You're looking for something that is saucy but not soupy, okay? So I want it to be a little bit more so I can add a little bit more liquid to it. And that'll sit nicely because it's eventually all going to sort of render out. So mix that in, and then the Steinus family tradition, we are going to lay bacon over the top.
I thought you put it in cooked.
Yeah, it's going to cook. This is all going to cook in. Actually, it's on the grill, believe it or not.
Oh wow!
Because you're baking this, and you don't need to, have an oven, and you don't want to put a lid on the pot because what you want is all the liquids in the bacon. We'll crisscross it. All the liquid in the beans to eventually sort of evaporate or come out.
So you're baking
render off.
bacon.
I'm baking the bacon, right? So the bacon, what'll happen is during the cooking process, it's about 325 degrees for about 2 to 3 hours, real slow, and let that bacon fat just render out along with the other sauces that are in there. So you set it on your grill, you know, make sure you monitor it, make sure you have a good temperature gauge so you can tell that it's staying right at 350 or 325 the entire time. And then when it's finished, you take it off the grill, and it looks a lot like this.
Really good. Yeah.
This looks fantastic.
Very impressed, Mark.
Good job. Wow, Mark. This is really, take a bow. Take a bow, Mark. Come out here.
Don't get
Come out here, right here.
Now,
Right center stage.
should I just come back out and do this? Oh, don't clap for me. Nobody needs to do that. I don't need any
You should
clapping.
really taste it. It's delicious, Mark. You seriously.
Is there a clear winner?
No, they're also different.
You know what? I'm going to have to give it to you, Mark, because honestly, this
Going
is
in.
really an amazing feat on your part. Your mother's going to love this.
Classic.
All 3 recipes are available on hallmarkchannel.com. You can bake a batch of your own at home. Send us your own family recipe. We'd love to see photos from you all, and we'd love to see your cookout. So please do send those photos.